It's the best Paul Brunoforte.
I know all of you right now can't wait to leave here, go home, and slice your wrists after hearing Satvinder's speech. Because I personally feel like running out on Dobson Road and saying, what the hell, just throw myself in front of the car. But after you hear my speech today, you may change your mind. Because I'm going to talk to you about an activity that's going to bring joy and hope to your life. And you may tend to start forgetting what Satvinder just said. Madam Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and guests, the activity I want to talk to you about, some people call it a sport, some people call it a pastime, many people feel it's a passion. And it's something that I think everyone in this room would really, really enjoy. And my goal is to sell you on trying it. So, can I have a little drum roll? What I'm talking about is golf! Golf! Yes, golf is a fabulous, fabulous sport. And there are many misconceptions about golf. People don't really understand golf. They see it on TV or they hear jokes about it, but nobody really understands golf. And as many of you see, each week when I leave here, when you guys leave, you see me go to my car and I put on my clothes and I get my golf clubs and I get my glove on. I've got my little GPS. It shows all the distances from one hole to the other. This is such a wonderful sport. It truly is the best sport. BEST. And I'm going to use that acronym so that you will all remember why golf is the best sport. But first, what I want everybody to do is point to yourself. I want everybody to point to yourself. Okay? What you'll notice is most everybody is pointing to their heart, except Paul Pastore, who pointed to his head. But most people will point to the heart, because the heart is our essence. The heart represents love, and it also represents the first letter, B, in best, because in golf there's beauty. No matter where you go, whether it's here in Mesa, Tempe, or any place in the United States or around the world, the most beautiful place usually is the golf course. Try and find a more beautiful place in Mesa than this park that we have right here. Beautiful trees. There's lakes. There's ducks and geese and blue heron. I was playing here last week and a fellow from out of state was getting up there to hit, and there were ducks quacking. He said, I feel like I'm in an aviary. That's how beautiful it is. And when you go to Maui, Maui is beautiful. But there's no place in Maui more beautiful than the Kapalua Golf Course. I went to Costa Rica a couple of years ago and went to a golf course that was literally carved out of the jungle. There weren't a lot of people on the course, so we were playing. We get to the third hole, and there's a congress of howler monkeys swinging in the trees playing. So we just sat down there on the tee, cracked open a beer, and we just had such a great time. My heart was truly bursting. And wherever you go, there's always a wonderful golf course. And in just a few weeks, Tutor, John Hope, and I, which we do every year, we spin the globe, point to a place on the globe, and we go there and we play golf. And we're going to the Dominican Republic in just a few weeks, and we've been to Fiji, we've been to every island in the Caribbean playing golf. And it's always so beautiful. Now the E in BEST stands for exercise. Most golf courses are between 6,000 and 7,000 yards, which is about 4 miles. So you get 4 miles of walking if you hit it in a straight line, which I never do. So I'm going over here, and then I'm going sometimes I hit a tree and I have to go backwards. So by the time I'm finished, it's maybe 8 miles rather than the 4 miles. But even if you ride a cart, you get in a cart, you are getting in and out of the cart hundreds of times. And you're walking around the green, looking at the putts. You're doing deep knee bends, checking it out. It's really great exercise. You exercise almost every part of your body in golf. Then the S. And this is sometimes where people have misconceptions about golf. Golf is simple. Now, I'm not saying golf is easy, but golf is simple. All you have to do in golf, the whole idea in golf, is to be able to produce a repeatable swing. All you have to do is learn how to swing and repeat that swing, just like that. If you can repeat the swing, you will be able to hit the ball. And the one thing that people don't understand about golf is 50% of the amateur score is with this club right here, the putter. Most amateurs will 2 and 3 putt every hole. And most amateurs hit between 100 and 120. So more than 50 strokes is with this very, very simple club to use. Almost anyone can learn how to putt and use the repeatable stroke. So all you have to do is learn how to use the putter, and you will wind up having at least 50% of your score improved. Now here's the other club. On 18 holes, you get to take a tee, put it in the ground, set your ball on top of it, and give you the perfect lie. It just does not get any easier to hit a ball that's sitting up like this on a tee if you learn how to do the repeatable swing. The reason people don't do a repeatable swing is because they don't understand the importance of taking some lessons. So they go out. How many of you play golf more than once a month? Okay, so only 5 people here play golf more than once a month. Most of you who don't play golf are put off by it because of the learning curve at first, the energy that you have to put into it. But lessons are very inexpensive. We can get lessons right here at Dobson Ranch when people go out and take a set of lessons. The challenge for most of you, how many of you have gone to a driving range and hit balls? Everybody. They get there and they're just, a bunch of morons out there swinging like this here. They can't hit the ball. And so they decide, okay, well, I'm going to go learn how to play golf. They never take a lesson. They have the wrong grip, the wrong stance, the wrong approach. Everything's wrong. And then what do? They practice that for months. They take everything that's wrong, and they're practicing what's wrong to the point that they can't break those habits down the road. And it's very, very difficult for them to play golf. They get extremely perturbed because they're not progressing. So if they take lessons, it will be simple. And then finally, the T. Golf is timeless. I often play golf with people who are 75, 80, 85 years old. I've played golf with guys in their 90s. What other activity can you get involved in where you could be playing golf into your 80s and shoot your age? I've played with people who shoot their age. I haven't been able to do that yet, so I'm looking forward someday. I stick with it. Someday I'll be able to shoot my age. And that's really one of my goals. Golf is so timeless. And oftentimes I get out and I'm playing with a guy, he's 80 years old, he's got a flat tummy, he's able to turn his body, and I look at that guy, and then I see a lot of other people who are in their 70s, and they're walking, stooped over, they just have not used their body. So is the person playing golf because he's physically fit and healthy? Or is he physically fit and healthy because they're playing golf? When you get passionate about golf, you start doing things that will help you play the game. And it really pays off when you get into your 40s, 50s, and 60s. I've been out there and played golf with 8 to 10-year-olds. I got my kids involved when they're 10. Today they're in their 20s, and they're fabulous. And I really would love to have some questions, because I know most of the group here doesn't play golf, and I'd like to answer some questions. So what are some of the reasons that have prevented you from playing golf, or do you have any questions regarding golf, which is part of this project, is to answer questions. Tudor.
What kind of cost are we looking at for lessons?
Lessons, you can get a package of 10 lessons, many municipal places, for $25 for a half-hour lesson. And actually, you can go to Mesa Community College and take lessons at Mesa Community College. They have group lessons. You don't have to learn a lot. You don't need private lessons. Group lessons, just to learn a grip, a stance, where to put your arms. It gets very basic, and it's pretty easy. Soren.
How many hours do you think one needs to put in to get a repeated approach?
Very good. Malcolm Gladwell says you need 10,000 hours for mastery. You don't need to be masters. You just have to put in, you could go from today, you're not a golfer, you could go from today in 2 years be playing double bogey golf, which means it's just 2 over par, you can play with anybody, you can have a lot of fun in 2 years. Maybe even less if you play baseball or hockey, or you have good hand-eye coordination, which many people do, it's even faster. Yes, Tom?
If the putter's so easy, why doesn't everybody do it?
If the putter's so easy...
You said it was simple. You know, all you gotta do is learn.
I said it was simple.
Simple.
Right.
All right.
So it is simple. And the putter is easy. You can go to Pee Wee Golf and practice at Pee Wee Golf. People just don't practice, so that's why the putter is difficult. But when you practice putting, it becomes easy. It does. Brian?
What's the difference between a hook and a slice?
The difference between a hook and a slice is if you start golf and you just begin to play golf, you will become intimately familiar with hooks and slices, because that's what happens when you don't know how to play golf. You just hit the ball all over the place. If it goes to your right, if you're a right-handed golfer, it's a slice. If it goes to the left, it's a hook. And am I out of time?
About another 15 seconds.
Okay. John?
So one of the subtleties is lining the ball up between your stance.
Yes.
How does that vary with each club selection?
That would take about another 10 minutes, so I can't answer that question. But most instructors will say just line all your clubs up in the middle, except for the driver. That would come off your left foot. I want everybody to consider playing golf. Give yourself the gift of golf for a lifetime. Madam